Hello and welcome to the 2019 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP. We're back at Vandermeer Speedway, and today we're going quarter-mile heads-up drag racing. We've had an hour's worth of qualifying where competitors were able to make as many or as few runs as they wanted, handing in their quickest time slip to create our qualifying order. It is an 8-truck show. What does that mean? Well, we have 10 trucks here. The two non-qualifiers this year are Cody Lambert and Billy Hartzell. Hartzell had problems during the 8th-mile trailer tow, breaking the front differential of his truck, forcing him to launch the truck in two-wheel drive, and he just could never get enough traction to get down the racetrack. Cody Lambert is the defending Diesel Power Challenge champion, and it has been an uphill fight for him ever since he got to the event this year. Transmission problems plagued him in qualifying, and that was the end of his effort. He will be a spectator for Eliminations. But who won't be a spectator for Eliminations? Richard Coker. He is now the #1 qualifier in the field, running his truck down the drag strip in 10.79 seconds, followed by Andrew McCain, who ran 10.81, and then Cody Lambert, the #3 qualifier, ran 10.92. Lambert has had engine problems after that 10.92 qualifying run. We'll find out if he can even make the first round, which may reinsert Cody back in the field. If you followed all that, you're a genius. We're going to get to round 1 right now. The first pair will be Coker and Coons. You can see Coker being very aggressive already. He has the truck spooled up, ready to go. There goes Seth Coons. Four-wheel drive trucks, no burnouts, no water box, as Seth Coons is pre-staged, waiting for Coker now. Coker inches ahead. Courtesy staging in effect. They're in, the tree flashes, and they're gone. And Richard Coker, a significant starting line advantage for Coker, reacting immediately to that Christmas tree. And Coker goes down the racetrack coasting to an 11.69 at 93 miles per hour. A smart racer that he is, not overworking the equipment. 13.51.2 for Seth Coons in a losing effort. So Coker will advance to face the winner of this pair, Steve Lucero in the Dodge and Brad Sankey in the Chevrolet. Interestingly, is we have a guy who is not as familiar with drag racing and a guy who basically all he does is drag racing. Lucero from New Mexico is the drag racer of the pair, but Brad Sankey's truck is very quick. He ran 11.73 in qualifying. You can see Sankey is working hard to stage that big single turbo, or to spool the big single turbocharger of the Silverado. Lucero's in, they're locked and loaded. Sankey leads the starting line with an advantage. The Cummins-powered Dodge of Steve Lucero going to try to run him down, and as we go down the racetrack, waiting for a scoreboard to eliminate it will be Steve Lucero. Lucero gets down the racetrack, stopping the clocks with an ET that I can't see. 11.39.126 and a losing effort for Sankey. 11.15.9 for Lucero. And Andrew McCain will have a single. Why? Because Matt Meyer unable to get the truck repaired in time for round 1 eliminations. McCain was the better qualified of the two trucks, having run 10.81 seconds. So McCain will have a solo pass because of the breakage to Matt Meyer into the next round. McCain qualified at 10.81. Can he go in the 10.70s? Uh-oh. We got a bunch of stuff pouring out of the bottom of McCain's truck, and let's hope that's water. Starting line staff will go out there and assess the situation, but it does, they're attacking it with a mop, so it looks like it is water, and it appears to be evaporating pretty quickly here. As Darren Dutton, apparently unfazed by any liquid on the racetrack, just going to roll his truck up. Looks like Dutton may actually, so Dutton's just going to stage it and take the bulb. So in drag racing, going by the NHRA rulebook, you do not have to make a complete run. If you're the only vehicle on the racetrack, you stage your vehicle. When the tree flashes, the green light comes on, the scoreboard will illuminate, and you get to advance to the next round. For Darren Dutton, this is a pretty smart strategy because of the fact that he's not putting any extra wear and tear on his truck, and he is coming away with a round victory. So Dutton is staged, flash of the tree, scoreboard is eliminated, and Dutton has won the round. He'll go ahead and just back his truck up and advance on to round 2 as the gray skies here over the racetrack. But we are setting up our semifinal round, taking 8 trucks and hacking them into 4. Darren Dutton, who advanced on a bye run. Andrew McCain, who advanced on a bye run, will have actual competition here in this round. needing to get to the finish line first. Not good enough just to stage it here. You got to beat the other driver. And again, those of you that are traditional drag racing fans, a little bit different procedure here. No water box, big four-wheel drive trucks. They begin to spool the turbochargers and then work their way ever so slowly towards the fully staged position. McCain is pre-staged. That thing's going to start pouring smoke out of it when he really leans into the throttle. Oh, a delayed start for Darren Dutton. McCain having to pedal his truck. He may be in trouble down there. My view completely and utterly obscured by soot as the two big trucks rocket their way down the racetrack. It will be Andrew McCain heading to the final round, running down the racetrack in 11.2 seconds at 129 miles an hour, winning on a hole shot. 11:03.8 at 129 miles an hour for Darren Dutton. He was asleep on the starting line, so a hole shot victory because of a better reaction time for Andrew McCain puts him in the final round, where he will have the honor of meeting either Richard Coker or Steve Lucero. This, to me, is almost a one-round early final round. These are two of the gnarliest trucks on the property, two very savvy racers that have experience. Neither man has overworked his equipment, effectively running it just as hard enough as he has needed to so far, and not potentially showing their whole hand. So we have a truck stopped at the top of the racetrack. Darren down there. Steve Lucero has refired his truck, as has Richard Coker. So even though Coker's a quicker truck here, we did just see a hole shot win. What does it mean for a hole shot? Those of you watching at home, it is the car, or truck in this case, that has a slower elapsed time but wins the race because they gave themselves such a head start off the starting line. In the case of Andrew McCain, he had such a starting line jump that his 11:20 was quick enough to get to the finish line ahead of Darren Dutton. Richard Coker winds the truck up. He has had lightning quick reflexes so far in qualifying and eliminations. Flash in the tree. Whoa, Coker smoked the tires. Lucero was second off the starting line, and the two trucks are locked in combat past the 8th mile. A great side-by-side drag race, and at the finish line stripe, it is going to be Coker by a very slim margin. 11:26 beats a 10:91 on a massive hole shot. Richard Coker saved his own bacon because the truck spun the tires, but he had such a significant hole shot lead off the starting line that Steve Lucero was unable to make up the distance to the stripe. Holy cow. Steve Lucero, 10:91 at 127 miles an hour, a rocket-like run. You look at the speed for Coker's truck, 132.21, and the elapsed time suffered because it spun the tires and he had to pedal it. But it is Coker by the skin of his teeth, moving on to the final round. So we caught up with Darren Dutton here in the pits. They had to tow the truck back from the top end. And Darren, I know that you just got back here a minute or two ago, but any idea what happened or what may be the problem?
We're going to take a peek at the motor, maybe get the heads off, see what it looks like, test compression, that kind of thing. So, man, that was a pass. That was fun. So.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about, they run so good until they don't, right? That last minute is always usually the best. Yeah, that's tough.
Exactly. Yep. So.
Well, good luck figuring out whatever's ailing you here. I know you got some good help with you, including, this guy's a veteran. He's been around. So you again, join a growing list of guys who are going to be thrashing here this afternoon trying to figure out if they can make it to the truck pull tomorrow. Turbos being spooled up right now. Richard Coker kind of lightly applying pressure here. Spooling up, Andrew McCain taking a bit of a moment to stage, perhaps a little gamesmanship here. McCain now leans on the throttle. Coker's truck perhaps getting a little warm, especially in the transmission. Coker is first to stage now. Very shallow, flickering the bulb. The tree flashes and off we go. Andrew McCain out of the starting line, blocks first. Will McCain not? He will not have enough to hold off Rich Coker, as Coker will cruise to another victory here in the 2019 Diesel Power Challenge in an authoritative fashion. 10:82.6 at 135.55. Biggest mile an hour of the day, not only for him, but for anybody. Well, we are here in the winner's circle of the drag strip at Bandimere Speedway with Richard Coker, who has taken another event win here at the 2019 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP. This time it was the drag strip, and I've been announcing and talking to guys at drag strips for 20 years. You're the first guy I've ever done it with a bleeding eyeball. What's going on with your eye, and why are you bleeding?
I think we may have just hit the lockup box a little early and got a little aggressive with it, and the gauges above the rearview mirror came back to the visor, got me.
Unbelievable. See, so that is the worst thing that's happened here over the last couple of days. You continue to be very strong here in the competition. The truck was consistent in the high 10s during eliminations. You worked it only hard enough as you needed to.
that's it. All we got to do is just push it hard enough to win and call it a day.
So as a guy from Texas that has been, around cattle his whole life, I'm guessing when we get to this trailer towing obstacle course, you're going to be fairly familiar with backing a trailer around.
I backed up one or two, but don't jinx me.
Well, I'm going to, on behalf of all the other competition, they're wishing opposite. But no, man, you're doing a heck of a job and a great attitude for he and his whole team. Richard Coker dominated the drag race. We'll see how he does with the trailer. Well, the Christmas tree's over my shoulder, and for the last time, we'll be talking about that Christmas tree here at the 2019 Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP because we're done on the drag strip. The results, of course, Richard Coker, dominating performance, very well done. Andrew McCain has a very fast truck himself, and he was able to work his way into the final round with Steve Lucero, losing in the semifinals, but posting an awesome 10.9 second elapsed time. Big highlights from eliminations, both semifinal runs were decided on hole shots, meaning the slower truck actually beat the quicker truck because they had such a big starting line advantage. It's been a great day on the drag strip, and it's going to be a lot of fun when we put these drivers to the test in the trailer towing obstacle course tomorrow.